To install your new Second hinge door, you will need a 10mm chisel, a hammer, a cordless drill, a pencil, a Phillips screwdriver drill bit, and a 3mm drill bit. With your new Second door, you will have received either side of the lock body, the front and back handle, the connecting lock rod, a central striker plate with 2 Phillip head screws, an internal lock snib, 2 lock screws with plastic cover caps, and 2 keys. If you have purchased a triple lock system, you will receive 2 additional striker plates with 4 Phillip head screws. For your own safety, we strongly recommend you wearing closed steel cap shoes and protective eyewear. After you have taken your door out of the packaging, you will need to remove the protective tape from either side of your door. Do this before you install the door handles to the door lock. Now, start assembling your door lock using both sides of the lock body, the 2 lock handles, the connecting rod, and the lock snib. When installing your lock, the snib must be in the 12 o'clock position when unlocked to ensure the lock mechanism performs correctly. Next, hold the door in the open position 4 to 6mm down from the top of the jamb, with the hinge open and resting against the jamb. Mark the centre of the elongated hole in the top hinge. It might be useful to have someone help hold the door while you mark the spot to pre-drill. Using a 3mm drill bit, slightly pre-drill a pilot hole in the centre of the mark you have just made. Hold the door in place and using a cordless gun, screw through the centre elongated hole into the pilot hole and screw up tight. Repeat the same process for the centre hole of the middle of the bottom hinges. Now close the door onto the jamb and stand outside. Adjustments up and down can be made now, if necessary, by loosening the screws. Once you are happy with the door's position, then pilot drill and fix all remaining screws to the hinges. Next, holding the door in the open position. Push the round trigger on the main lock to extend the tongue into the locking position. Using the internal locking snib, lock the door and close the door so it rests on the jamb. Then mark the top of the centre tongue. For a triple lock door, mark above and below the top and bottom tongues. Now open the door. Align the rectangular hole on the striker plate with the marks on the door jamb as a guide. Then trace the 2 screw holes and the rectangular tongue hole onto the door jamb. Using a 3mm drill bit, pilot drill the 2 screw holes. Then ribbon drill the complete outer area of the tongue hole. Using a 12mm wood chisel and hammer, extract timber to make the hole needed for the main tongue and top and bottom tongues for a triple lock. Make sure that this hole is cleaned out completely and that no tongue restriction remains. Close the door and flick the snib repeatedly to ensure the door is locking in the center tongue and top and bottom tongues for a triple lock. Next, fix the main striker plate into position as well as the top and bottom plates with the screws provided. Use the following method to ensure your lock is operating correctly. Open the door, pull down on the handles and release. Without touching the door handles, press the small round trigger above the main tongue, allowing it to fully extend. Without touching the door handles, use the key to engage the lock. For triple locks, the top and bottom strikers will also extend. Do this several times to feel how the lock should correctly engage without restriction. Close the door, and without touching the handles, repeat the process. If you do not feel the identical sensation of the lock, then you have a restriction. If you have a restriction, you must inspect the lock holes to find and clear the obstruction. Test and retest until the door locks with the same feel in both open and closed positions. Congratulations, you have now installed your new SecOnline hinged door. If you have any questions at all, please do not hesitate to contact one of our friendly staff.